5 tournaments, 22 matches, 8 goals. One record that no man in the history of football has ever achieved, and yet no World Cup trophy. This is the story of Cristiano Ronaldo at the FIFA World Cup. A story of brilliance, heartbreak, controversy, record-breaking moments. CR7 will step onto the World Cup stage one last time. Stay with me.
Guys. The first World Cup of Ronaldo. And welcome. Because he's very good.
The year is 2006. A 21-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo arrives in Germany wearing the number 17 jersey, because the legendary Luis Figo still owns the number 7 for Portugal. But make no mistake, everyone already knew this kid was special. He had been tearing up the Premier League with Manchester United. He was fast, skillful, fearless. And the World Cup was his first real shot at the global stage. Portugal, coached by Luis Felipe Scolari, had a brilliant squad: Figo, Deco, Simão, Pauleta. Ronaldo was the exciting young talent alongside them. In the group stage, he scored his first ever World Cup goal, a penalty against Iran, wearing 17, but already you could feel the hunger. Then came the quarter-final against England, a fiery match. Wayne Rooney was sent off after an incident involving Ronaldo. The cameras caught Ronaldo winking at the Portugal bench after the red card, and England never forgave him for it. Portugal won on penalties. Ronaldo converted his spot kick. But the semi-final ended their dream. Zinedine Zidane, in his final World Cup, scored a penalty to send France through 1-0. Then Germany beat Portugal 3-1 in the third place playoff. Portugal finished 4th. Ronaldo went home with no medal, but the whole world had seen him.
The second is incredible, but it's not the best, guys. It's not the best.
By 2010, the landscape had changed completely. Ronaldo was now the captain of Portugal, wearing the number 7 that was rightfully his. He was the best player in the world. He had just won his first Ballon d'Or. The expectations, massive. The pressure, enormous. Portugal made it out of the group stage and even demolished North Korea 7-0 in one of the most lopsided matches in World Cup history. But Ronaldo, he went the entire group stage without a goal, and the criticism was brutal. Then, in the round of 16, Spain, the eventual champions, a single goal from David Villa ended Portugal's journey. Ronaldo did score in that tournament, netting in the round of 16 against Spain, but it wasn't enough. One World Cup goal, a round of 16 exit, and the pressure to deliver only grew heavier.
In Brazil, welcome to Brazil. But so bad. Also, this World Cup is so bad, bro.
And for Ronaldo, this was supposed to be the year. He arrived carrying the weight of expectation, and also a knee injury that had been troubling him in the weeks before the tournament. The opening game told the whole story. Germany hammered Portugal 4-0. It was a humiliation. Ronaldo could barely sprint. Then came a 2-2 draw with the United States, where Ronaldo did provide an assist for the equalizer. And in the final group game, with Portugal needing a win to advance, Ronaldo scored a late header against Ghana to make it 2-1. A moment of pure brilliance, but it wasn't enough. Portugal were out in the group stage. 3 World Cups, and still no deep run, no trophy. But here's what made this period different. Ronaldo refused to quit. Most players would have accepted their fate. He went away, worked harder, and came back better.
This World Cup is the best for Ronaldo. Guys, Spain versus Portugal is incredible game. It's an incredible game. Writing in the history of Portugal. But, come on.
June 15th, 2018. Sochi, Russia. Portugal versus Spain. what happened next was one of the greatest individual performances in World Cup history. Ronaldo scored a fourth-minute penalty to give Portugal the lead. Spain equalized. Ronaldo scored again to make it 2-1. Spain hit back for 2-2. Then, in added time at the end of the first half, Ronaldo drove a left-footed strike that squeezed under the body of the Spanish goalkeeper, David De Gea, a hat trick in a World Cup game against Spain. The final score was 3-3, but Ronaldo walked off that pitch as the man who had just given the world a masterclass. He then scored the winner in a 1-0 victory over Morocco and assisted in the 1-1 draw with Iran. Portugal topped their group, but in the round of 16, Uruguay's Edinson Cavani scored twice to knock Portugal out 2-1. Ronaldo couldn't find the net. The dream was over again. 5 World Cup goals in Russia. His best tournament, but still no trophy, still no final.
Guys, this is the worst World Cup for Ronaldo. Benched Ronaldo. Benched Cristiano Ronaldo. Guys, look this.
By Qatar 2022, the narrative had shifted. Ronaldo was 37 years old. He had just had a very public falling out with Manchester United. There were question marks over his form, his attitude, his role. But in the very first game against Ghana, he scored a penalty, becoming the first man in history to score in 5 different World Cups. A record that may never be broken. Yet the tournament quickly became complicated. After reacting angrily to being substituted in a loss to South Korea, coach Fernando Santos made the most controversial decision of the tournament. He dropped Ronaldo to the bench for the round of 16 against Switzerland. His replacement, 21-year-old Gonzalo Ramos, scored a hat-trick in a 6-1 rout. Ronaldo remained on the bench for the quarter-final against Morocco as well, though he did come on as a substitute. But Morocco held on for a 1-0 win, becoming the first African nation ever to reach a World Cup semi-final. Ronaldo was seen in tears in the tunnel after the final whistle. It was a painful image. The greatest goal scorer in men's international football history, crying after being benched at his own tournament.
Guys, Ronaldo for the World Cup, for the next World Cup in USA, Mexico and Canada.
And now, here we are. In May 2026, Portugal coach Roberto Martinez officially announced his squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and Cristiano Ronaldo's name was on the list. At 41 years old, at the oldest he has ever been at a World Cup, Ronaldo is set to make history yet again. This will be his 6th World Cup appearance, a record he will share with Lionel Messi and Mexico's Guillermo Ochoa. Ronaldo himself has confirmed it. This is the last one. Definitely, yes, because I will be 41 years old and I think it will be the moment. He said, let's enjoy the moment and live the moment. Portugal are in Group K, facing the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uzbekistan and Colombia. They opened their campaign on June 17th in Houston. Portugal are also the reigning Nations League champions. And the question the entire football world is asking is, can Cristiano Ronaldo, in his final World Cup, finally lift the only trophy that has escaped him? He won the Euros. He won the Nations League. He is the all-time top scorer in men's international football with over 130 goals. But the World Cup remains unfinished business. 2026 is the final chapter. And if football has taught us anything, never ever write off Cristiano Ronaldo.
Leave one like, follow, high points, and bye-bye. Thank you.